Erin would be the next named storm of the 2013 Atlantic hurricane season, but not likely to form anytime soon. I'm Jeff Hoffman with this update on the tropics, taking you through the middle of the month. It's already been an active season. We're pacing ahead of normal. We've had 4 named storms, none of which have been hurricanes. We typically get our first hurricane around this time of year, about the second week of August. But no development expected for the next several days because of that large area of dry air in the central Atlantic. I'll show you that coming up. I'm also going to talk more about this pattern shift. We've been tracking it for about a week and a half now. It's still expected to arrive by mid-month, and that will make these waves coming off the west coast of Africa a little more likely to survive. We'll have to keep a close eye on them. A little bit of a spin here in the Bahamas. That's an upper level feature that was seen on Thursday's water vapor loop. Nothing tropical expected to come of that as it passes into the Gulf of Mexico. You see all this brown here? Very large area of dry air in the central and western Atlantic. That's because of that dust, the dust storm that came off of West Africa about a week ago. And this dry air prevents development from occurring. So not going to see a storm anytime soon. That dry air actually cooled the water a bit as well, but in the last 2 or 3 days, the water temperatures have been creeping back up, especially in the central and western Atlantic and down there just south of the Cape Verde Islands. Plenty of warm water for a system to work with. Still some dry air showing up on future track. You can see these waves, though, the areas of green, they're embedded in that flow. Very strong winds still present out of the east and northeast. Those winds will relax a bit toward the middle of next week, and there's a formidable wave coming off of West Africa around Tuesday that will deserve our attention. This is the pattern shift I was telling you about in late July. The Azores and Bermuda subtropical ridge was very strong. Very fast winds at the surface mixed the water, cooled it, also brought in the dry air off of Africa. That high pressure ridge is weakening and shifting slightly further to the north, which makes way for these waves to survive as they move across the big pond. No development expected in my forecast through the 12th, but then there are 2 areas to watch. Low chances at this point. One is, of course, a wave coming off of West Africa around the 13th or 14th next Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Then we might have something try to brew up in the eastern Caribbean. Going to watch that closely as well toward the end of next week. Of course, we'll keep an eye out to the tropics, so you stay tuned for future updates.